That was crazy experience, you know. Do you know what? Like, I kind of get embarrassed talking about it now because it's not a reflection of my work.
Not listening to that because I checked out your single yesterday.
Yeah, and then people always check out the X Factor.
My name is Nik Nagarkar and you are locked into Culture TV. For the culture, by the culture. Let's go. Bella Penfold, what's happening?
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thanks for coming down today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What you been doing?
What today? Just chilling. I was in the studio yesterday.
Yeah.
I had obviously my single release recently.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Everything that I hoped for, like all the people that helped me out. Really great team. I feel like we pulled together. You know, like a team that I feel like I can take with me now on a journey. I feel like I've met some wicked people.
You're in Manchester now?
Yeah. I've not been too long, no.
Where are you from?
Originally down south, like I lived everywhere down there. Essex, Kent, London,
Definitely sound Essex.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Do you know what? That was where I was living when I was on like the X Factor and stuff. But yeah, people always say that.
So how long you been here?
6 months.
What made you come here?
Do you know what? I was just sitting in lockdown down south and
thought this, I'm gonna go to Manchester.
I'd recently split up with someone as well, so I was sitting there like, I was like, this is peak. I was just sitting looking at four walls. I was like, oh no. Yeah. So I just packed my shit and oh my God, can I swear?
Yeah, I swear, don't worry.
So I just packed up my stuff and thought, I'm gone. It took me a week. Like we found the gaff, we come up here, had a look around.
Did you come on your own?
No, me and my mum drove up. Yeah, I moved up here on my own. Yeah. But me and my mum drove up, it was the first gaff we looked at and I knew it was going to be the one as I walked in. Yeah, it was only small, it's only small.
You know though, innit though? Like,
but I was like, I could imagine myself living here, like tucked away, no one knows where I am. And and then he put the deposit down and I was up in a week. But the people I've met up here, because I've come up here previously for a few weeks just to meet some artists and stuff. And I said to them, I could really see myself living up here. Yeah. And then 6 months later, they was like, of course, you're only gone and done it. Do you know what I mean?
Sick.
So yeah, I liked it. I liked it up here a lot.
So you're happy here now? Is that
much? Yeah, a lot happier.
Is this base for a bit then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd like to get a house here. I want to get a mortgage in the next few years. I want to make a little like home for me here, and then I can go off and I can come back.
So what was X Factor saying then?
That was crazy experience, you know. Do you know what? Like, I kind of get embarrassed talking about it now because it's not a reflection of my work.
Not listening to that because I checked out your single yesterday.
Yeah, and then people always check out the X Factor, and I was like, I think people forget I was like full of anxiety when I went on that show. I'd never done music before.
Did you not?
No, I'd sung like in like school plays and stuff, but I'd never walked into a studio. I'd never really written any songs. I didn't know who I was as an artist, so I kept getting asked like, who are you as an artist? And I was like, I actually don't know.
I know, I'll go on X Factor and find out.
Yeah, I'll go on X Factor and it was hard. Let me tell you, like, it was hard. And I know there's so many artists that are like, no, it's like a cheat way in and it's not an organic route. But let me tell you, there's so many people I just don't think would have hacked that life. Like, that was quick. That was like a snap of what you are expected to do at a certain level of professionalism. Like, we had such incredible people and a set and on stages like Wembley. Like, you was just expected to be a professional and act in a certain way.
Because you got far in that.
Yeah, I was shocked.
How far did you get?
I got to quarterfinals. How I done it? Don't ask me how I done it. Even my mum and dad was sitting there going,
I never get that far into that show. I normally bail out after the 6 chair challenge. That's the best bit for me.
I mean,
you did good in that though.
Yeah, but listen, what happened?
You did really. I thought you come across good on it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
when I watch it back, I feel like I'm.
No, I thought you come across genuine. That's why you're here. That's why I asked to come, because I thought I like it.
Yeah. No, it was. I live my dream. Like, regardless if I never make it with the music. There are some kids that will never get to perform on a stage no matter how hard they try and never get to do that in front of that many people. And I thought to myself, if I don't do it and I never make it, will I sit there at the end of the day and go, I could have been on Wembley? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I had to. I just wanted to. I wanted to do it.
You gotta take chances, haven't you?
Yeah.
You gotta take, like, moving here.
Yeah. I had to. I wanted to do it, and I done it, and I done myself proud. And I got further than I ever thought I would. Yeah. And you know,
when was that?
That was 2018. That was a couple of years ago now. It was the last normal X Factor, I think, because they've stopped the show now. So we was actually.
Is it finished now?
Yeah, they've done like a celebrity one after, and they done like a band one, but we was the last
traditional
yeah,
one.
Yeah,
and it's
so it's just
normal.
kind of crazy to think like if that show don't ever come back and he don't decide to ever they do something else, you know, I think that's kind of mad. But I never watch it. I hate watching myself. So
Yeah, that's what we were saying before.
yeah, we
innit?
were saying earlier. I don't.
So even
know
that's what you know. Johnny Depp's never watched one of his films.
I know. There's a few people. Rupert Grint come out and said it the other day as well. That he's never watched Harry Potter. He's only watched 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And now he's had a kid that he's gonna have to start watching them.
We had Sucky Men on here last
Yeah.
week from Singapore Social. Have you seen that?
Yeah, no.
It's like a show on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's cool. But I was asked, because obviously I was watching it to research who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And she said she never watched it. So I'm asking her about the show. She's not even seen it.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
Just, yeah, no, I only know about that X Factor thing because I was
Yeah.
I was actually doing it, but I never watched anything. And when people was tagging me and stuff, oh my god, I would cringe. I was just getting tagged in stuff all the time. I was going, stop it. I don't want to watch myself.
You know what's weird? I think like when you're an artist, yeah, like for me, I really struggle. Like I can't listen to my own music. I can't ever listen to that. If someone puts it on, like, if someone's trying to be nice, goes, I'll play a bit of vibe, it's like, nah, fuck that, mate, turn that shit off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't like listening to myself.
Watching, I can't listen or watch, because then if I do and I engage with it, I end up becoming super critical.
Yeah, and then
that's my night ruined.
Yeah, and then you're just pecking your head for like hours. No, yeah, that's like me, and then it makes me doubt myself when I do it again. So
I think it's because you can never really find like
you always want to
perfection.
better yourself, because you always want to better yourself. Whenever like even that Crocodile Tears, I absolutely loved the project that I'd done at that time, but that was 2 months ago, and I feel like even in past 2 months I've become a better artist. So like the work I listen to, it's never really a true reflection of who I am in the moment because I'm actually always getting better. Well, I like to hope that.
Don't you think it's weird? Like when I don't know, it's weird because some music you make for different reasons. Like I might make songs to make sure that I'm getting shows. Certain types of songs. Does that do I listen to them? Would I listen to them type of songs in real life? Don't know.
You
know what I mean? Maybe.
Okay.
But then like you make other songs that you know you ain't getting the streams on, like you know you're not going to get the views on the videos for them because they're just not mass market enough or not directly appealable to your audience. Do you know what I mean? Don't you think so? It's weird, like there's that kind of like conflict, isn't it, where you kind of want to follow your heart and make certain types of music. Like for me, if it was up to me, I'd probably make like deep political, emotional rap tracks about aliens and shit. But I know no one wants to hear that from me. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's like on the show, like obviously I was doing covers of songs, so there tend to be like very commercial and things like that. And then like even like people who've been like around my music for a little while, like when I've been writing, I keep trying to write like commercial, kind of like acoustic-y, Lewis Capaldi type tracks, and they're incredible and I'm good at it, but that's not what I want to do. But I know that type of track would probably for me sell more because the followers that I have on Instagram come from that. But I said like what, then it just defeats the point of me wanting to do music. Then it just makes music the same as going into an office job. I'm doing something I don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? So why not just, that was the whole point that why I wanted to do music, because it was the one place that I could sing, write, do within reason what I wanted to do, and no one was going to be asked about it. So as soon as you can't do that, then it takes the magic of it away, I think. I think
that's one of the, for me anyway, like when I'm seeing how the music industry is like developing and evolving, like you're seeing algorithmic like playlists taking over. So how are they, so that's an algorithmic playlist where they're looking at the wave frequency, right? To see if that matches a hit record. That's
crazy.
That's basically using a robot to decide if a track's good.
if something's worthy.
And then, but then eventually, surely that just make everything sound the same and then destroy like creativity. Do you know what I mean?
It's actually mad.
It's a weird one, Spotify, because like sometimes when I chat to people, there's two conflicting views. Because in one breath, it's great because you can reach more people. You can make consistent money, but like 1 million streams is what, like $4,000.
It's not.
But imagine 1 million CD sales is like 400 grand. Do you know what I mean?
A lot more.
So it's like, it's I don't know, it's mad.
Yeah, I think it's, and so many people do music now as well. Like it's because, especially like, because of like COVID and lockdown, you're getting so many kids like emerging on and everyone's got so much time now. Yeah. So everyone's having to keep up. So it's hard to get that 1 million streams, which is only giving you $4,000. You know what I mean? So
how quick can you spend $4,000?
In a day? I mean, I'll have that spent in a few hours. That'll be a holiday booked. That'll be gone. There you go. I'll do something better with it.
How's COVID impacted you?
Oh, it's been, I mean, do you know what? In all honesty, it has been an incredible time of my life because I've done things like move. Yeah. It's given me, you know, the time to kind of sit there on my own and I was really on my own when I was down south. And you know, when everyone didn't know what to do because it was like the first lockdown, so no one actually was moving outside their gaffs. So I was just like in these four walls for just weeks. Yeah. And I was so lonely and I was just bare confronted with like, what am I doing? Like, I've just come off the X Factor 2 years ago and I'm sat and I still ain't made a track and I'm still doing things I shouldn't be doing. I just didn't pull myself together. And so it gave me a lot of time to think about myself and, you know, like get my life straight and move up here. But then obviously it's been terrible because I haven't been able to perform, which is actually my favourite thing to do. Like some people it's the studio, some people mine's getting on a stage in any capacity, whether it's music, whether it's dancing, acting, you name it. As long as I'm on stage performing, I can be doing comedy. I just love entertaining, and to have that taken away has been kind of difficult to process because that's where I shine and that's where people go, that girl's really talented. But then it's also given me time to like confront where I'm not so good in music, which was writing songs and getting in the studio because I'd never done it before. So and I'd never been around that.
So you'd never done that before you went on X Factor?
No, I'd done like one of my mates was a DJ, Lindsay Matthews, and so we used to just sit together sometimes. I just used to do little samples over her house tracks. But no, I'd probably wrote 1 or 2 songs that just were like in a couple of studios, but I'd never really sat and wrote and been surrounded by music. So, and that's what I needed to find because I was sitting in a group of people that, you know, didn't have any aspirations like that. They kind of had, you know, your regular jobs. Yeah. And I was kind of looking around and no one was really sparking any type of imagination or creativity. And I was just a bit like, oh, get me out of here, do you know what I mean? I gotta go. So that's what I done. I went and chased the most creative kids I could kind of get my hands on in the UK, which was Manchester's music. And so I'd listened to it down south. And then, but when I come up here, I didn't realise how tight the community was because everyone knows everybody. Yeah, so when I come up, it's sick. Like I'm like meeting people, I'm like, yo, like, I've actually all listened to you all, but didn't realise you were all friends. I was like, so this is great, but everyone's giving me so much of their time and devoted so much of their time to helping me and really let me into a kind of a tight-knit music circle up
there. It's a big city, but it's a small community.
And they've really let me in and kind of, I feel like I've been here forever, which is nice, so I'm chilling.
How's COVID impacted you financially?
I mean, it's been on and off. I was lucky enough when I come up here to find myself a normal job. I've had to have a normal job now. I was doing, when I come off the show, I was kind of...
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was kind of doing gigs and stuff to make my money. I was doing like the music full time, even if it wasn't writing music, it was still a music job.
I know guys who were turning like proper figures in touring, like driving for Amazon. Like,
now I'm working for, you know, like a car financing company, but I'm doing social media, which is great because it's still something to me that goes hand in hand with the music. Exactly, and they're nice cars and stuff. So I'm very, very fortunate with the guys there for giving me that job because we are all still working. But without that, if I hadn't been so lucky to find that job, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I wouldn't be here. I'd have been here for a few months and I'd have to go home because I wouldn't be able to support myself.
I just think it's absolutely fucked up that there is no support for the creative industry whatsoever.
Nothing at all. But it's
like for this place, we got nothing.
It's all right. They watch us on TV though. They like switching us off. They like coming to our shows. They like coming and watching Billy Elliot the musical on the West End. They like putting on Coronation Street. They like watching all these things when they're at home and they're sitting in their lovely houses now. You know, you don't want to pay. Don't watch us. Do you know what I mean? Then don't. If we're not of value to, that's how I feel anyway.
But when my mum dropped that retrain, poster.
Yeah. Oh my God, rethink, retrain. I actually done. Where's my phone? Because I actually done the best. I done my own little version of it, but it's quite funny. I'll get and show you.
The cheek of that though, like I think that was like a direct, because at that time, if you remember in the news, was like a lot of people from like music industry, entertainment industry, like theatre and whatnot, all like campaigning to have some kind of support. And I think that was their response.
Yeah. It was a big
retrain.
middle finger. It was, and like for someone who's like, when I watched that, because I did ballet, and for someone who, as a kid, like I looked at a poster, but you know,
ballet's like, hard work.
You can't just retrain. I got my ballet shoes up every Saturday, and I got my mum to sew my tutu, and I think to myself, what? Don't you think that was just as hard work? Do you know what I mean? I was there every day. Like I want this just as much as you want to be a poxy banker. Do you know what I mean? There's no difference, yo. Like
exactly.
But yeah, I think it was like a massive middle finger to people in the industry, and they ain't done nothing. But we're finding our own ways. You know, I mean, TikTok's blown up. Yeah. That's just another way for like creatives to get out there and to get noticed and recognised. Labels are signing people because there is a lot more talent, I think, actually emerging. I think if anything, we've turned it into something better, because there is actually a lot of talent emerging at the moment because of social media, because everyone's got the time to sit there and do it now.
Exactly.
So that's our response. If you're going to give us this time and lock us up, then we're going to do what you're not paying us to do, and go do it ourselves, which I think is so nice. Like so many kids that I've seen like videos on TikTok of a girl who all she was doing over lockdown was just posting little covers, but they was like rewritten the lyrics, and then like one of her latest videos, she was like, I've just been signed by a label. So it is happening. It is happening out there. We are finding our own ways of making it work without them fuckers having to pay us a penny.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't think they will.
No, I don't think they will either. I think it's so sad, because I wish people took this more seriously.
Do you think we're ever going to get back to normal?
No, I don't. I think this is the new normal. I think I
had hope in like November. I thought
it was going to be a few months thing.
Yeah, I thought March, we're booking tours, cracking on, doing shows, going out with friends and that, but like... I
just want to go out.
That's what I mean, man. But I feel like I'm losing hope now. Like this lockdown's...
It's actually drained me. Like, I'm
just bored.
Oh yeah.
Like,
come to Manchester.
You can't do. There's nothing to do.
All we've done is sit and look at four walls, didn't we? Me and my mates laughing over there. We both moved to Manchester, and all we've done is look at four foxy walls.
Yeah, serious. I don't even know when they're going to open the pubs.
No, I heard they're opening them and not serving alcohol. I was like, well, I was like...
So what are they going to serve?
I don't know. Fanta and some chips. I don't know.
This government's fucked up ridiculous. Like nothing makes any sense.
Buying me bottles and putting it in my bag. You can't stop me.
It's like nothing makes sense, does it?
No, not at all. It actually doesn't. Like we were talking about this in the studio last night. We were going to be telling our kids this, like sitting there, like what the hell? Like this is a story.
Yeah.
Oh, back in my day.
Nah, it could be worse though. It could be World War II.
Oh no, yeah, it could be like that. Yeah.
That would have been worse.
Yeah,
Fuck the Blitz.
We're very fortunate, I think. Like sometimes I forget that. Like, there's COVID happening in all corners of the world, and God, I'm glad I'm in England. Do you know what I mean? We all say we'd like to get out of the country, but Jesus Christ, we're lucky, mate. There's some people out there who won't ever get that vaccine, who can't even drink water.
You're gonna take it?
Pardon?
You're gonna take the vaccine?
If they say that you can't fly, and everyone's, because they was talking about a vaccine passport.
Yeah.
If that comes about and I have to get it to fly, then I'm getting it. Because
so you know what's mad about this vaccine passport thing? So like on the news they were saying that they're not gonna do a vaccine passport.
Yeah.
But you have to get a note from your doctor.
Yeah.
But in America, my mate's in America now, and they're saying that the UK have reported that they are doing a vaccine passport, and they're using that as an excuse to pass it over there.
Everything's so shady.
Shady world.
Nobody knows
it really
shit.
None
of us, anyone in this room, we actually don't know shit really, because you just don't. None of us actually do.
And
it winds me up.
Have you noticed that all the cases are suddenly going down worldwide?
Oh.
The whole world's not in a lockdown.
I know.
Like, I don't want to get into a COVID conspiracy because you can.
I just know that there's something fishy going on here.
It can all get crazy. Something's not adding up. Like,
Something.
There's definitely a virus. I know people who've had it.
Yeah, and there's people dying. I know that for a fact. There's people that are hurting from it. That's all I know. There's people out there that it's affecting. That's all I know for a fact.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, there's other things. So like, yeah, there is a virus. There's something weird going on. But beyond that, the way this is being rolled out, like I just wish it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I just wish I knew. It feels sinister to me. It feels like something's coming. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like whether it was natural, whether it's, I don't know, but like where it's come from or what's happened, but it feels like it's got the ball rolling for something more sinister to come behind it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it feels bigger than like just our governments as well.
Yeah. Like, Boris hasn't got the brain to work this out.
No, it's not. It's bigger. It's bigger than this. Yeah. It's like, and then even like, it just is. It just, I just feel like it's just set the ball in motion for something else, or given people the opportunity, or given talks, or just created friction. It's just created a lot of friction in the world. It's created a lot of anger, and it's just it's put everyone in a place where arguments happen. Do you know what I mean? When everyone's down, when everyone's tired. Everyone's tired, and that's when arguments happen. You get it everywhere at school.
But also compliance. Look, we're both saying we'll take a vaccine, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what the fuck's in it. I mean, I'm going to take the vaccine, and I would say to someone else, like, if it means your freedom, take the vaccine. But a lot of my mates, they're saying, like, they don't travel like me. They're not arsed.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of people that have said they wouldn't touch it. But then my nan's already had it, so I think, God, they're just testing it out on all the old people first. What a liberty. I'm like, Nan.
And it's a bit weird that, like, no other countries Britain's like the only country in the world that's really, I think Israel as well, but like Britain and Israel are like the only two countries in the world that are aggressively rolling out this vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, we've had millions on millions of people who've had it now. But there's not been any like, that I know of, there hasn't been any major reports of anyone who's had serious problems or died or anything like that.
In comparison to how many people they've actually vaccinated. But I've just got to the point now that, like, you know, I keep up with the news and things like that, but as long as like my people, my family, my friends, and my circle are okay, then I really ain't asked about what's going on. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure my people are okay, because at the end of the day, that seems to be what it always comes down to. When someone loses a life, it's always who you got by your side at that minute. So I'm not asked about what they're fighting about over there. I'm not asked. They can fight and argue between countries and all that. I just want to make sure my people are okay, people around me, because there's people out there suffering. There's people out there suffering, and it's getting closer and closer and closer to home. And it's like,
well, that's what we were saying before. And it's like, now that this vaccine is here, it does feel like
so close. Because people are getting it closer, and you're like, wow, like all the opinions you've had in your head, you're now getting faced with what you would do. What are you gonna do? You're getting faced with questions.
And then all these things like about different like variants, like they're saying, oh, if the vaccine doesn't work on a particular variant, well then does that not just put us back at square one?
Square one again, completely.
Like back to March last year. Imagine he said that. Imagine he said actually,
I want to go to New Zealand. Apparently it's gone in New Zealand.
None of these vaccines work. Start again.
Just start again.
Nah.
It feels like one step forward and 5 steps back. But I'm not gonna lie, I've had a sick time moving to Manchester, and obviously getting a job and things like that. So it's actually, for me, I think I've ended up being a better person, like through what lockdown and COVID's put me through. So I'm kind of cool. So I'm just making sure I'm kind of cool for everyone else around me. But because I know some people that are struggling, like people I'm close to as well, who are just everyone just seems deflated, and it's sad. Like I recently lost someone. No one could be, like, my family couldn't be by his side, and things like
COVID?
that. No, not to COVID, but like he had COVID, but that was like he had underlying health conditions.
Right.
But. Yeah, so, and even like the funerals and things like that, it's like, wow, you can only have 30 people, and it's just making everything so sad and just long. I just wish like there could be more connection. I feel like it's really disconnected people, but then connected them through social media, which is great, but not always the best, because even that can
Right, you just get hooked on your phone and don't you?
Yeah, and that can send you west as well.
Screen time of hours and hours.
Oh my
a
god,
day.
my screen
What's
time.
your screen time?
Oh my god, it's like the ridiculous. I do social media at work, so it's like we're hitting like 16 hours a day.
Right.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna end up one of my eyesight is bad. I have to go Vision Express. My eyes got terrible. Because I'm that on my phone all day.
Yeah, it's easily done though, isn't it?
Oh, sickening. I just sit there and scroll. What is next music wise? I'm filming something at the end of next month.
Yeah, what, music video?
Yeah, music video.
Yeah.
I just keep trying to roll them out. Like that was why I wanted to have a normal job so I could have the funds to keep going and pushing it. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to stop. So just keep rolling them out and. Yeah, just exploring my music. I think it's just gonna get better. Like I'm Crocodile Tears.
Yeah, I really like that.
Music. I like it. I love it. Go stream it.
I gotta be honest.
Go stream it, but I got better comments.
I wasn't expecting to like it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm honest, I wasn't expecting to like it because I'm just putting X Factor finalist, releases single. I'm probably gonna hate this. Do you know what I mean? Like I think that's what surprised people, you know, because I wasn't that typical like X Factor. I wasn't like that on the show. I stuck out like a sore thumb always, but backstage and on stage. But the single was sick and the video was sick as well.
Thank you very much.
I really liked it. I watched it like, it's alright here. No way. I was like, I was fully. I really liked it, man. No, so I'm looking forward to that next one as well.
No, I'm excited. I'm real excited. Yeah.
Wicked. All right, nice one, Bella. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.